Here I am at Atlantis Casino in Reno, Nevada, walking in the door. And what I want you to watch for is what slot machines sort of stand out to you. And you'll notice that I will then play them. So this is uncut from walking in. And so I'm kind of fumbling around with the chair there. It's been quite a while since I've done one of these videos. I've done 4 of them. The last one was like a year and a half ago, but it was so well received that it's obvious that this is what you want, so I'm doing it now. And it is, sorry for the fumbling around, I'm like holding a camera, trying to get money out of my pocket, a $100 bill. I'm using a $100 bill to start with my bankroll because it's easy to calculate how much percentage I would win at the end of this trip. So I make minimum bets because it's been a year and a half since I played at this casino, and I want to see, evaluate what's going on as I recommend to my fans, the people who are in my classes. Figure out what your casino's doing. Know your casino well. So this is this play on this trip will be my 5 spin method, which is you make 5 bets, but you stop if you win anything at all, including 10 cents. Now, give it a chance here. See how this whole trip ends up. I'm down $4.30. So let's go to the second machine. Again, highly visible, and use the 5 spin method on this. Minimum bets. Nope. Sure was exciting, though, wasn't it, for a second there? A second bet, I won 30 cents. All right, getting out of here. On to the next one. So as I do more of these videos, I'll be making improvements each time. And one of the things I already want to do is make the picture landscape instead of portrait. So you'll probably won't see a portrait a video, the high and narrow again. $0.01. Now, if I came in with $1,000, then you'd be able to tell, what the percentage would be that I'd win, or $100. Right now, I'm using $100. And I plan to do this at many of the casinos in Reno, certainly all the ones I have permission for. And there's 13 total. I've already not gotten permission for at 3-4 of them. And even though I asked, the Caesars properties asked corporate. Yep, 9268. Asked corporate if I could have permission. Oh, isn't that an obvious, out there, highly visible machine? Let's see what happens here. But I asked Caesars corporate, or rather, they said they would have to ask Caesars corporate and for permission. And I thought, wow, I'd get permission at every Caesars property in the United States. I don't think that's going to happen, and it didn't. Yeah. So money. Mummy, sorry. So I got a bonus round on this highly visible machine using the 5 spin method on the first bet. Wouldn't you know it? If you were a fan of mine, then you would know it. And I certainly know it, as you'll see in this video. 4 spins left. Three spins left. I bet 80 cents, and now I'm already up to $10. $14. $18. And I got some extra spins. all because it's a highly visible machine. First bet on out of 5. Almost up to $27. 2 more spins left after this one. Last spin. Okay. Got 2 extra spins and a larger mummy. 1 spin left. So for 1 80-cent bet using my 5-spin method on highly visible machines, I won $34.40. I used to stop the bonus round celebration, but I figure you like it, and I kind of like it too, so I'm just letting it run instead of stopping it. Now, if you want to know which mummy, I'm trying to say it right, this machine is, it is machine ID 65610, where you can see at the cash out voucher out slot, and you saw me walk up to it, and you saw the entrance that I came in through, so you should be able to find this. What I'm going to do is, as often as I can remember, to take the voucher and hold it in front of your eyes, to bring it up so you can see it clearly, and it will have a date stamp. What day of the week? What date? I wanted to do a backup spin here. I try to remember to do that because I do enjoy backup spins. Now, again, this is the 5-spin method that I'm showing here. I'm not trying to 5-spin method, highly visible machines. There you go. And but I could also complicate it a little further and say, okay, when I win something like this, switch over to the tough love approach, my tough love method. I'm not going to do this on this trip. I'm just trying to show you only 5-spin method, highly visible machines. Later, I'll start getting, as you get more used to this, I will start folding in more of my strategies. Because you can use multiple strategies at once. And for those of you who haven't been following me, understand that my strategies are not strategies. They're counter strategies. They're counter strategies to the casino's strategies to get your money. That's why they work. If your casino does a certain thing, do my counter strategy for that certain thing. All right, so this is a long hallway. Part of the reason why I'm not speeding it up is I just want to say there's a cafeteria, or not a cafeteria, a bar on the left, and these machines on the right, the ones that are facing it, are the ones I've won on in the past, if you may have seen those videos. Now, on the left is the line for the buffet, which is the best buffet in Reno, and the line's very long, but it's not currently open. But these are the machines. There used to be 3 machines. They now put in table games, which is their effort to encourage people waiting in line to say, hey, we should go play table games after we have our buffet. It's a simple strategy. I've talked about it endlessly. Okay, 5 bets, nothing, move on. So the location is the label higher up. Let's see that label up above, 0502, 0702. That is the location of that place. And so if they replace it with another slot machine, it'd still have that number. But 63729 is the machine ID. In case you want to find these machines again, particularly the ones I win a lot on, because that's another strategy. So I'm just doing 2 now which if you took my 30 Days to Play Slots Smarter and Win course, you would see, you would learn that, you really should do a combination of all of those. As many, well, those two at least. And if you take my advanced course, you'll understand how to use all of my strategies at once. But it is hard. It takes a little bit of thought and effort to win $10,000 from your $100. But then, it should. I know. Just give it to you. Now, this game is just, there's so much I don't like about it. You tell me what you think. Comment below with what you think. There's a lot of things going on with lanterns, and it's all very spectacular. But please, give me $1. Any win at all. Thank you for a wonderful display, I guess. And then it counts up. One of the things you didn't see below was instead of saying yes, no, when I pressed collect, it said no, yes. So you could accidentally push the no. And I'm like, oh, come on. So I'm now at 114. Started with 100. Now these are, if I were to turn around, and I'll do this occasionally for you, you'll see that it's the walkway leading to the buffet, and everybody who walks by would see this straight on, see the face of this machine. But then the one I just played was facing the buffet. The one I'm facing now is the walk up to the buffet. The one I'm going to play next is directly facing the bar behind me. Yeah, there goes the count up. Again, I would end it by pressing the bet button just to stop that. But all this is, to show you the things I see when I go play using my strategies. So they're all the table games. That's how much I have. 1 cent bets, minimum bet, 50 cent. 1 and a 135 cents. So move on to the next machine. That's the taste. It's less than the amount that I bet, but there's not going to be another taste. It's only one taste. So move on. Yeah, a lot of the machines, like that bonus round, I got on the first bet. So when I say up to 5 bets, and if it's just one, move on. Now we can talk later about what if the casino's crowded, and this. What if the casino's crowded and that's the only machine that's available? You can take out your money and you take out your card and wait 30 seconds and put it back in, and it's as though you're a new player. Treats it that way. And all of that's verified by ChatGPT and an interview I did live a couple weeks ago, my time. Is that 5 or 4? 5, I think. And nothing. Reign of Anubis. Okay. Still above 100, which is what I started with. See, there's the bar I was talking about. Now we're going to go up here. I'm going to show you kind of what's going on here. See the machines in front of us? I'm going to go play some of those because it's from the escalator. It's not a down escalator, but nevertheless. And there's an entrance there in front. You can see the shuttles. But if you're walking towards that entrance, that exit, these are the machines you see. But you'll see later I'll play the machines that if you were coming in the entrance, I play because it's highly visible machines. You might say, no, that doesn't work. And I'll say, well, you watch me win. Yeah, this is the one, again, where it's like a lot of graphics. Rockets are shooting off. It almost, wins. And there's not even like one, on Ultra, there's like one firecracker left. And no. That's all just an illusion. So 70 cents, second bet, lost $1.30. Still above 100. Now, that one machine was sort of slanted sideways to the people coming in, so they couldn't see it directly. But this one they could see directly. It's in their face. And that's what we want to play. All right, 140 cents. Yeah, you can't judge this method by each bet. You need to start with 100 and use the method and see what you end up with. It's just, don't continue to waste money. Move on. Now, aren't those wonderfully highly visible? And some of these machines can be very confusing. I mean, it's, I pick a denomination, I make a bet, and then I just look at the result going, anything? I won 80 cents, I guess. No bonus round. Thank you, clapping. Okay. Okay. I thought there would be more with all those kings, and it depends what the puppet means. If it was a wild or something, then yeah. Nope. And moving on, down to 106. So let's go to Huff and even more Puff. Wasn't it Huff and Puff, then Huff and more Puff, and now it's Huff and even more Puff? What do you think the next name is going to be? I won $1. No, 30 cents on my dollar bet. My second $1 bet. So down $1.70. 105. So let's go to the Huff and even more Puff next to it, because if all these machines are facing people walking towards them, it's not all of them that's going to be set to win. It's going to be one of them, maybe. So check each one. Oh, look at that. This is the one you would play. Over $8, $9. I won $9. Okay. Collect. Take your time. And that's what it's like. 1, 2, 3, and you made back all the money you spent on those machines. So this is a quick hit. Third bet, right? And one more. Oh, a little something. $4.80. I think I made 30 cents on that one, which is, what you get sometimes. Again, we'll see. Yep, go up to 114. No, don't want to go over there. There's people watching. So I'm now headed back, and let's play these machines, these highly visible machines, using the 5-spin method. So yes, I could use Tough Love, which I'll talk about some other time, and just do Tough Love every time, making 68-cent bets here. $0.10. And it's counting up the money again. Still over $100. That's what I started with. Okay, let's play this one. Now, I know some of you enjoy playing certain machines, and that's fine. I would hope that you would play winning machines, but it's really up to you. I mostly couldn't care less. I've had massive jackpots on Wheel of Fortune, so I have a certain fondness, but it's not like I consider it a winning machine. Anywhere I go, I consider the ones I played at Horseshoe Cincinnati in the high limit room with their big wheels facing the people sitting at the table games outside the doorway as highly visible machines. I like to play machines that show a win, but some of these demos are not showing a win. 88 cents? No, 20 cents. Now I have a loss limit, $80, $75, that I'm still above what I came in with. Now see this guy playing on the left? He's winning. He's winning. I think that was the machine that was set to win. But it never got off it while I was there. So I'm like, okay. I figured that was the one. I'll walk by later and sort of pause for a second so you can see what's happening with him. Look at all that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that wonderful? And nothing. And that was 25 cents. On to the next machine. Some of these displays are almost, they're wonderful. It's just you have to realize it's no money. I mean, I'm sure you do, but you get so good at them now. Same game theme, different machine facing where people check in at the hotel. That's a bit of ways, but that's the hallway leading to it. $75 bets. Nothing. Nothing. All these flashy displays just like the other one. And nothing. Yeah. Almost makes you feel good about spending that much money. Now I'm under $100. Started with 100, now 97 and change. So let's do this one. Again, same game theme. The odds are set differently. It's not like a poker game that's the same poker game with the same pay table. These are different machines, even though they're the same game theme. They can all be set differently, and usually are, based on location, as I've covered endlessly for years. But now I thought I would show you. I would show you what this looks like. And I told people when I was in college, I said, you should go to college. You should go to college. Oh, this is special. Let's see if we make anything at all. Oh, we did. So this is the one facing the hotel registration down that hall. So I think the guy playing the one on the opposite side of this and this one are the two machines. So $7.20. Back above 100. Not too hard, right? Back above 100. So let's consider what else. I guess we'll do this one. And some other videos I'll talk about what's going on with progressives and how you can have a chance at winning some of those and what's going on with that. But not this time. Plenty of videos where I talked about it in live streams and such. But I figure, like I said, why don't I just show you how it works and show you how to do it. Show you all kinds of stuff, This is an uncut video. I'm not even, walking faster between slot machines because I want to show you how they're highly visible. Yes, I could play those, but that Mo Mummy got me excited, so I thought I would play this. Let's see if it's worth my while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 30 cents. That's my taste. You don't get a second one unless it's a winning machine, and you've determined that by using the tough love approach. But I'm only doing the 5 through nothing and highly visible machines. There I was, wearing my Hawaiian shirt. Or as my Hawaiian friends say, an aloha shirt, because every shirt in Hawaii is. So this is the guy that I was telling you about playing at that 4th machine, and there's he's in some sort of bonus round, but I didn't want to stick around. Good luck, sir. We played those 2 machines. Let's head on down this way. So that's hotel registration down there, also a bar on the left. I'm going to go down these steps. So there's a table game area, a bar area behind us, but there's these machines facing the people playing table games. And would you know another Momo Mummy. People in my Slots Labs course has been talking about Momo Mummy, and it got me thinking, got me liking it. So, a couple of wilds. Anything? Nope. I think I might have gone to 6 spins there. Lots of things going on with cameras in my hand and whatnot. All right, voucher. Show the amount, John. There we go. $93, started with 100. A couple of machines facing the high limit, or the table game area. Even though no one's playing this early in the day, it's not that early. It's only like 10 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday. Oh, look at that. $0.60 bet. Made like $2 or something. And that might have been it. But let's see if the next one. Yeah, pulling out the chair and holding the voucher and holding the camera. I stopped putting in my card just because it was one more thing to do and waste your time. Okay, so we got 20 cents and we're out. That's our taste. Did you know that IRT, is it IRT? I saw that and I'm like thinking about it. IGT has been sold, has been purchased by a private company. So it's going from public to private. No longer be able to see the SEC documentation for the year, the financial reports. And scientific games, apparently the word scientific was too much for everybody. So they've changed their name. This is like a year ago. Changed their name almost 2 years ago now. Changed their name to Light and Wonder. That's right, Light and Wonder. I talked to I'm in Reno, so there's Light and Wonder is here, and we were talking about it, and he says, yeah, we were wondering why that too, but it's obvious that people enjoy the name a name that does not have scientific in it, and therefore so this is a highly visible machine, so therefore they're happy with having changed it. This is marketing. Yep. In case you didn't know, I have a MBA. Masters of Science in Engineering Management from the University of New Haven, where later on they asked me to be a adjunct professor, and I did that for a couple of years until I moved away to Ohio. Okay, so $1.90. I think my second bet made 30 cents, because it's two 80-cent bets. Yes, they can smoke in this casino. I did like Ohio, where you couldn't. I'm allergic to tobacco, so my breathing is a little stuffed up. I was here like 6 hours ago. Quick hit again? Yep. You can do it. Second bet. Cherries, Wild, Liberty Bell. That's one of the original symbols on the slot machine. One of the original symbols on the Liberty Bell, which was the first slot machine. There were betting machines before that, but they didn't have a slot for money. So $94, down from $100, which I started with. Now, over there on the right in the distance is a couple of slot machines, progressives that have must hit by on the display. But again, we're not doing progressives on this trip. I mean, we're not using the progressive strategy on this trip. Yeah. And we're out. 50 cents. Woohoo. Down to $93. And my loss limit is $75 or $80. I'm trying to settle on it. Which will happen eventually. We're not there yet today. Oh, lots of hats. Yeah, this is facing the cashier, the rewards counter. Oh, look at that. I got the wheel feature. And it's slowing down. Not yet. Okay. Mega hat feature. Let's go Mega hat. Ooh, look at that Mega hat. In a bonus round, my third. It's a fairly large one. So all those boxes are lit up, and we shall see if we get something in them, like construction hats. I'm sure you know how to play this game. The wolf is watching us. One more spin. Nope, nothing in that one. And now they're going to turn into straw, wood, and brick houses, and the wolf's going to come back. Oh, so exciting. And huff and puff and blow that house down. First the straw, revealing the winds. Bend the wood, revealing the winds. But isn't the fairy tale he doesn't blow down the brick houses? But here he does. $18.75 and a mini times 2. So I'll let this play out so you can see how much it is. $50.75. So as I do more of these videos, and I plan on doing many of them, I'd only previously done 4 of these uncut videos. I'd done other videos where it was just of that slot machine, record my play, stop the recording, go on to the next one, and who knows, what I was doing in between, how many days passed or whatever. And I recognize, I want to show you what happens when I walk in, what happens when I'm there, and all the way till I'm at the end of my session. And each time I hold up the voucher, you can see the timestamp, the date, timestamp, what casino I'm at, like right there. Pause it if you have to. Here I am at Atlantis Casino. I'm rushing through this first part till I get to the first slot machine, this slot machine. There's a lot to be learned from walking through the casino, but I haven't found a way to explain it to you, what the sounds are like, and if people are winning hand pays. I could show people winning hand pays if there are any, but I just want to catch the general level of excitement and the sounds of people winning. And that's very important, because if you've been to a dead casino, you know it. And I like to play. That's another of my strategies that you can learn about here in this video, in this card, which will take you to my online course. One of my 10 strategies is the casino environment and listening for what's going on. So this is my first slot machine. I started with a $100 bankroll, took 4 spins. This is a 5-spin method, and I hit $1.50 at 4 spins. My second slot machine with my remaining bankroll, making $1 bets. Now, some of the excitement that you get from this is just the graphics, and instead of money. Now, you see how the center one only has half of them lit? Now it's all of them, and I won the bonus. So, when it's got that last firecracker left, and you play and you play and you play, you can actually get half of them to light up with one spin, with one bet. So now I'm waiting for it to get started. Or do I push a button? Do I wait for the button? Okay, so something, there it goes. Okay. So I got the double up bonus. And I just can't help but want to land on the grand, but I landed on the mini. And when I'm playing by myself, which isn't very often anymore, I would normally just tap the spin button to get it to not count up, because I like to sort of keep it quiet that I'm winning. Comment make a comment if you're the same, whether you just like to draw a crowd or like to kind of keep it under the radar and let it not count up. Be interested in knowing. Let me know. Okay, so now we're in the bonus game. 2 minors. Let's see what else we're going to get. Couple hundreds, couple 50s. Credits, of course, and 1 cent. So a couple $100 or $1 and 50 cents, and another $1, $2, one. You can see it just as well as I can. Yeah, so this is the first of several bonuses in this uncut video of my walking through a casino that I haven't been in for quite some time. Basically, I took about a year and a half off, and just now that I'm back, I decided that maybe instead of my just talking about it, you'd like to see me leave with money. So every video I make from the casino will be a shocker ending, which I hope you will enjoy. Okay, so let's see how much I won here. Remember, I started with a $100 bankroll. I was down to $97.98. I'm over 55, 56. Then I won that initial win. So that's 56, and my total win is $66.95, as you can see there. And moving on. It did happen on my third spin. So far, the two machines I've played have both given me taste, so I'm at 100%. Oh, this is kind of a main walk, a route to the main walkway from the table game area, the rewards counter. I think there's one on the left for that blue firecracker, and it just got one left, and it looks like it wants to light up, but it didn't. Like I said, the graphics are just, what are you doing? That's Emil. After Emil Lenz, the physicist who discovered the induced magnetic field, which is why we have electronics. My other cat is Hetty. I think she was chasing him, even though he's like twice the weight. Hetty is named after Hedy Lamarr, the inventor of Wi-Fi. One of the two inventors of Wi-Fi who did it together. Yes, and yes, she was a black and white film star. That Walt Disney was inspired to learn. Okay, another bonus. Was inspired to create Snow White.
Here we go.
Sorry, don't mean to interrupt the bonus.
Let's eat. Order up.
So if you fill up a row, or column, I should say, then that column goes away and ends up in the pot. So wait for the finished row of 3. And at the end, I'll get all the ones that are remaining, but if you get a row of 3, then that clears for more. And if I get one, it resets to 4 more spins.
Order up.
Sometimes I think about what is the game actually doing, but I'm not too concerned about it. It says there that activate all of the red apples, I guess, and you will could get $1,000, I guess. Right, so that was all 3 columns, and I got another one of those. So if I got 5 of those, I would win the grand? So that seems like I could win the grand, not will win the grand. I don't worry about the game rules too much. Mostly just a distraction. Okay, that's it. And on that one I won, well, I'll let you see. $25.10. And my second bonus for this session. Now I'm doing all this to assess the casino. I've had a few comments in my last 2 videos where I did not leave with more than I walked in with, and those were at Peppermill and Legends Bay in June. This is also from June, and this is winning. And the other 2 casinos were not winning. Now, was it the day of the week and the time of the day that I chose, or was it all the time that I chose? I would have to go back to find out. And guess what? It had such a bad performance. They weren't set up to let people win at that time and day. Why should I go back? I mean, maybe I should go back in June, or in July, once a month, just to check. But I went to Atlantis here, and you can see I'm doing well. Again, I'm speeding up through the long sections, but this is so valuable because I'm listening with people winning. And right there on the other side of Twin Win is a slot attendant paying out a hand pay. That's a physical. I noticed later it's a physical real machine on a more recent visit, and it's a $3 bet. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to make them all $1 or less. Or like this one, 15 cents. For which I won $1.20. So that's profit. I know it's only like $1.05, but profit is profit. At the end of this video, I'll post a link to my 5-spin method so you can see what it is that I'm trying to do. See, there's the win. Not that I'm trying to eavesdrop or anything. Now, this is my favorite machine. Why? Because I've won so much on it. Not this machine, but Wheel of Fortune. Most of my 90 jackpots in 9 months was in the high limit room at Horseshoe Cincinnati was on a Wheel of Fortune machine. So I won. You have to remember, right? It's 25-cent denomination, 5 wins, 5 credits, so that's $1.25. So now I'm $181.36. So there's a couple machines I'm going to play here. Yes, raking bacon. Two machines to my right, somebody's winning a bonus round. So I won $1.30 on this one outside of the restrooms. $181.66. I started with $100 on my bankroll. And that's how it's going. So I'll play this end machine next to what's going on to the person next to me. 88-cent bets, and I won $3.15. Okay. $81.29 over my bankroll that I came in with. I'm working on a couple of different things to show you here. Oh, bonus round. Right? Yep, triggered. Here we go. I'll tell you what I'm working on after the bonus round is over. Three free spins remaining. 2. 1. That's it. I won $1.25. Well, at least it's over my 88-cent bet. Come on. Comment below if you've gotten bonus rounds where you didn't win as much as you bet, or 37 cents more like I just did. So I'm going back to this machine because they seem to be winning on it a little bit. And it's worth playing. See if anything happens. 10 cents. But I'm not here to try my tough love approach. I'm here to do my 5-spin method. Again, I'm assessing casinos after an absence of being a while, but now I'm uploading these videos, if I can maintain it, every other day. And when I can afford to do so, I will jump to every other day, perhaps next month sometime. Perhaps as early as next month. Bacon. Okay, 70 cents. Wait for it. Patience. $179.33. So let's head over here. So you want to be in highly visible areas, and sometimes outside the restrooms is a highly visible area. But it's not all of the machines, it's one. Okay, I'm out of here. All right. Now I'm going to speed through the casino, listening. Then I'm over across from the buffet now. So I won $2.20. As you saw earlier, it doesn't really matter how many firecrackers are left on any of those. You can go with half of them unlit and all of them will be lit, as I showed earlier in this video. A couple of machines over here. You can see the buffet in the background. So one of the changes I'm going to make is to not do landscape, but rather to do not to do landscape, but to do portrait. Eventually, see if that works out a little bit better. Because you can see, all the way to the top, and you can see the name of the slot machine and less of the people around. So I'll try that pretty soon. We'll see if that looks good or not. Yeah, my last video I was trying to record myself and a slot machine at the same time, and it was a complete disaster. I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk how to have a successful YouTube channel. I created a separate channel for YouTube channel and website, podcast, all that for teaching people how to have a successful YouTube channel. You can find my other channel at the bottom of the homepage on YouTube. I suspect, as has been in the past, the gentleman on the right is sitting at the only machine that's paying out in front of the people waiting in line at the buffet. At least that's what I learned a year and a half ago. So let's run on over to the other side of the bar and let's try this machine, which behind us is the entrance to the valet and the hotel check-in on the left, which you might have seen for just a fraction of a second. Can anybody say line hit? $0.80 bet, $13. Did I mention you can see the hotel check-in and valet behind me, and this is the machine which you would see if you first walked into Atlantis from the valet? I mean, how obvious is this? $183.11. So far, my current high came in with $100, and I've now made a profit of $83.11. But let's see how it goes. Normally, I would have left the casino at that point because I'd already won 4 bonuses, but it's 4 bonuses, so sometimes I want to stay when everything's going well. So here's a win for $2.36 on an 80-cent bet. Come on, you can do it. Okay. So let's turn around and play this machine. I don't know if you noticed this, but the amount that the previous player had removed from the machine was $175.51 for their bankroll, and I put in what, 180 or 182, something like that, yeah. So I'm right around, my bankroll's right around what that person was, perhaps even an average. What happened here was I actually got a 20-cent win and I didn't notice. And I made another bet and got 60 cents. I get a little distracted in the casino. After all, the casino wants me distracted. I'm just complying. But I find that I do have to focus. For instance, when I play this machine, I actually don't make 5 bets, I make 6. The sun was in my eyes. So yeah, I'm roughly $80 over my $100 initial bankroll. And you can be too. Just go to the casino, run the 5-spin method on a bunch of machines, minimum bets, see how it's going for $10, for $100. Although I have a $75 loss limit this time, so really $25 is what you're spending if it goes poorly. So let's speed on over to this next one. Now there's a bunch of people standing around a guy on a quick hit who's in a bonus round and winning. So we can sort of hear them. But I'm just going to play this machine. Even though I suspect that was the machine to play that he's at. These are facing the table games. So I got my 66 win, 66-cent win. Yeah, if you're interested, if you've taken my 30 days to play slots smarter and win class, which is in the card, if you're ready for the advanced course, I'm not currently offering it. I'm creating a wait list, which you can sign up for, and when I get, 50 people, I'll offer it again. That'll be for the 11th time. And if I don't get 50 people, then I won't offer it. Puff and even more puff. The poor wolf. That's it. $1 bet for a 25-cent win on the first spin. Down to 173. I think she was having a good time on this machine, so I'm going to play it. Not quite. Down to 170, which I'm up from 100 when I walked in with 100. Okay, speed on through. And I'm going to speed through this because it was a machine that was actually broken. I didn't notice the little sign on the screen until too late. So I won a bonus on this earlier in this video. Thought I'd come back to it and see if it was ready. And I won a little bit, so 6 cents. So moving on. Appreciated the $25.10 on the bonus round I got earlier in this video. And speeding. Coin trio. Let's see how this does. So 22 of the 26 machines I've already played, I won a taste, and that's 88% of the machines. But no taste on this machine. Now I want to warn you, there's a loud sound coming up. Here we go. John, what did you do? John, what did you do? The machine ran out of paper. So let's see how this machine goes. No? Yes? Okay. Thinking about that one, but I didn't. Let's play this machine. This is my last machine. And I've enjoyed this machine like a year and a half ago. So let's see what happens. Wow, that fish outgrew its tank fast. And I got 8 free spins. Again, the graphics are meaningless. They can be entertaining. But you can go from the smallest little fish to breaking the tank and getting a bonus round just like that. Super big win. That's what I like to hear. $38.90, bringing my bankroll up to $198.91. I came in with $100, so that's a $98.91 profit. If you run the walking through the casino in real time, this was a 40-minute visit. See right there, 198.91, which is a 2x return. And here's some statistics. 23 out of the 28 machines had a taste. And my rate at $98.91 a profit per 40 minutes is $148 per hour rate. So that's pretty good, right? So I want to talk to you about, as I walk out of the casino, I want to talk to you about this first video here is how to win at slot machines. Well, hang on a second. Let's finish this out so you can see me with actual money. Might give the change as a donation. Otherwise, I'd have a bunch of change in my pocket. And shocker ending. I'm leaving with the casino with twice as much, roughly, with what I entered it, for which I entered it. So there you go. Okay. This is my demonstration video from Atlantis in Reno, Nevada. And this is me speeding through the casino. I find these moments where I'm going through the casino, this is the first slot machine I want to play, this to be very valuable because I'm hearing what's going on in the casino. I'm trying to figure out how I can convey that in a video. You can see what's happening, but you can't hear the amount of excitement that's in the casino or lack of excitement, and that is actually a winning strategy of mine, but it's hard to convey on the video. But I can convey other things. So I'm starting with a $100 bankroll as usual. This is my assessment method for a casino. I haven't been to this casino for, what was it, a year and a half. I have, my last video was from there, so I have been here recently, but it takes more than one or two visits to kind of learn what's going on. So this is what's happening. Now, if you want to know what my 5-spin method is, I'll show. It's all explained in my course, which is under this card. Feel free to take my beginner's course. It really is, tells you what's going on in your state, because every state gaming laws are different, and I go over them and explain all this stuff. So here I am zooming through the casino again on my second machine. So that course will help you. And if you are interested in my advanced course, for which you will get that first course for free, the only problem is I need people to sign up to the wait list. And when there is enough people, and recently I saw that there was a lot of people signing up. Currently they're at, a week ago it was 6 and now it's 12. Then, sign up for the wait list, and that is under this card, which should help you, will help you in a group setting to discuss what's going on at your casino and see how things are different in different states, but as the different participants talk. So you can learn about that. All right, this is now going on to my third. I did a bunch of videos like 2 years ago of Gold Run, and it's kind of interesting, but I didn't learn a winning method on this. It wasn't. It does well at the illusion of winning, which is, millions of dollars are spent to develop games that are like that. You see the countdown, 155, 154. This is all part of, how to get people to play, and which is fine. It makes it enjoyable. At least they're trying, right? But it's also kind of getting in the way of winning strategies. I often like to wear my earplugs, my noise suppression earplugs, because that's my noise suppression earplugs, because that reduces the amount of influence the casino has on me. So let's move on over to my fourth machine, next to the machine that's not working. And I've just in the beginning of these videos, there's so much more to cover, but let's just start with minimum bets, 1 cent denominations. Thank you for all the lovely comments. Feel free to comment. As some have mentioned, that is, it's better if I use 2 cent, because the state gaming regulations on every state shows that it's just the worst odds on penny slots, on penny denomination. But we're keeping things simple here and just easing into it. I can play one machine. I could play one machine and change the denominations, and I'll do that in the future videos, but that complicates things. Let's get used to this first. And if you look at that way? Yep, that way. I will show you a screen in 20%, about 20% of slot machines, including Press Your Luck. So if you go into the menu, and you can look here. It's usually second to last, not always. This is the limits, the must-hit by on those 7 progressives that are shown there. And if it's close to that amount, if you think it'll go over, if you make bets and it will go over that must hit by, then it will hit. It's not luck, it will hit. Not all machines are like this, but pressure luck is. And some machines stop and just hold there. And that's a ceiling rather than a must hit by. And, I will talk about that in future videos. So all these things are discussed in my live streams, over 200 live streams over the last 7 years. And here I am speeding through the casino. But I've gotten a much better response by, in my family. I was trying to convince everybody to go to college, but it wasn't until I went to college that I became a lot more impactful in trying to convince people, convince my family. So there's a wild and lots of queens symbols. So what I realized recently is, I could talk about how to win and even, report back on my going to the casino. But now that I live in Nevada and can get permission from the casinos, not all of them, but a few, Peppermill, Legends Bay, and here at Atlantis. Also, the airport has given me permission, but I haven't done any videos there. They have some slot machines outside of security. So, yes, one winning casino is enough. That's another thing I talk about in my live streams. You can go to the Las Vegas Strip and play on whatever it is, 39, 40 casinos on the Las Vegas Strip, depending if they closed one or not recently. And you can see that in the state gaming reports. And there you go, $91 left of my $100 bankroll. And you can see in those reports how many casinos there are on the Las Vegas Strip, downtown, etc. But if you go there, I have a friend a client and friend who goes to Las Vegas, and we were all congratulating her in Slots Labs, my advanced course, which is currently on a wait list to see if people are interested. 12R, up from 6 a few days ago. So we get to 50 and I'll offer it again. But she was saying, I have the Las Vegas Strip to go to and I have 40 casinos, and everybody was like, great, that's wonderful. She's like, no. Pick 3. I did 3 in one day in Louisiana, and it was exhausting. So, find a casino that works, wins where you win at using the 5-spin method, and just go there. Maybe work on a backup casino because you have to check the other ones, because if your casino decides that they want to tighten up, then be ready for that. So endless live streams where I've gone over all of this. Feel free to take a look at that. And yes, so Spartacus, making 60-cent bets, and I made 10 cents, and that counts as a taste. Yes, it counts as a taste. You can win anything at all and stop, or go to 5 spins, or stop when you hit anything, including far less than what you were betting. So this machine will be 50-cent bets. Let's take a look at that. So I am considering how to improve these videos. If you have a comment, as some have, I find them very valuable. What are you looking for? So feel free to share. My most recent thoughts are, I'm not sure I like this format. I'm too large. Let me put myself into the corner. But this is a portrait video, and I can't make it like the other ones that I've made. But if I can take 2 cameras, I can show this video in what's called shorts, less than 3-minute videos on YouTube. It's their attempt to compete with TikTok. and doing pretty well at that. So I put up shorts on individual slot play if I can. Some of the bonus rounds are like 5 minutes long, and there's a 3-minute limit, so I don't do that. Yes, and I know the other slots channels are listening, and it may be that they might not do shorts because of all the extra effort. So this is a jackpot maximum value is shown there for this machine. Make sure you check your machine because it can be different, and look up at the progressive amount, the grand showing and the major showing, and see if it is very, very close to that. And we basically don't spend more money than it would take to get over the limit, because that would be, you would lose money. But maybe you want $1,000, and maybe you want to spend $5,000 more than you would win. People, the heart wants what the heart wants. Okay, so I'll finish up on this machine. My bankroll is down to $82.80. I started with 100 11 machines ago. So let's head on over to another machine. These videos are uncut. I do take sections and speed them up so you don't have to walk with me through the casino. I find walking through the casino is tremendously valuable. I hope you do too, because, look around and see if people are winning and, decide on that whether you should leave. But I didn't want to have to, bore you while that's happening, while this is happening. So I speed through those sections. In the future, if you have a comment on that, yes, no, let me know. It depends on people's interest. I'm trying to stay focused on that. So that's my 12th machine, 5 spins, no taste. $79 left. My loss limit is, for this trip, $75. So I'm getting there. This is 88-cent bets with my remaining bankroll of $79.05. Let's see how it goes. And if I understand correctly, somebody just... No, okay. I was thinking somebody was just commenting on YouTube. There's been a lot of comments lately. I've tried to respond to everyone, if only with a heart, a few times. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Well, 98% of you are awesome. The other 2% have something going on. Okay. And is that a... Yes, that is a bonus. Machine number 14. Made an 88-cent bet. And another bonus within the bonus. So now I've got 2 bonuses activated. Come on, bonus number 3. Maybe. We'll see. Now this video, this playing of this slot machine is going to take a few minutes. Ooh, look at that. And I am, again, with minimum bets. Because this is going to take a few minutes, it doesn't show up in my shorts videos because they have to be 3 minutes or less. And so if you have been watching my shorts, I will direct you to this longer video, and this is the exciting ending. Well, there's something that I would say is even more exciting after this. I'll walk out with money. Shocker ending to these videos, which everybody seems to be appreciating. This is my 4th since I restarted these. and it seems like a lot of people are, massive views. And that's only after only 3 of them have come out in the last week. Which is exciting, and I'm reaching more people to help them get out with money and win money. Winning is easy. Getting out, leaving the casino with winnings is hard, like 5 times harder. So this isn't showing up in shorts, but if you, I directed people to this longer video so they can see this amazing ending. Still going. Couple of minis. We'll see how it comes out in a minor. We'll see. Apparently there's a choice between major and mini. These are all small amounts. Like, I think the major is $25 or something like. No, it's major would be great, but it would be a hand pay, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it will be. We'll see those 3 flashing later and see what it comes out to be. $0.88 bet, already over $9. So chose a mini, chose a meta, something like maxi, and then chose a, wouldn't you know it, a mini. Of course. So I made $64.25, which puts me over my $100 initial bankroll. Personally, I like to cancel the wind up here, the roll out, roll up, and when I'm playing by myself, but I thought you might enjoy the visual. All those coins, and animation is getting great lately. On my last video, I played 3-reel, I think it was 3-wheel, Wheel of Fortune, and I used, that's all I ever played once upon a time. And that, that's where I learned the 5-spin method. And now everything's, beautiful animation. Okay. So let's wrap up playing this machine and head to the exit. These are my numbers. 14 slot machines, 71% taste. $40 profit, that's 1.4x, or $105.60 per hour for the 28 minutes. And so I, want to show you leaving with money. And okay. So this is me at Atlantis. This is my 4th video recently. I had many a couple of years ago, and this is the first slot machine. I didn't really focus well enough. I like to prepare myself mentally for gambling, and I did not. This trip, and it's terrible. You'll see my doing stuff that I just don't tell other people not to do. So there I am assessing the casino. I'm making $8.80 bets. And I made $1 on it. And if I had been making 88-cent bet, everything else remaining the same, I would have won a penny. So, or no, 10 cents. And it's just like, and then I continue. As I progress through this, I get in better mental condition, prepared myself a little in the mode, and I wasn't to start. And that is something that does happen. And, even Professor Slots gets gambling addiction feelings. Try to catch it, and probably should have just said, leave, you're done, go meditate or something, as some of my members in my Slots Labs course, advanced course, do. Get yourself in the right mode. I was not. So that's important. So I wasn't really focusing on listening to the casino, wasn't really focusing on watching the machine. There, I did it again. John, why don't you switch from the minimum bets now? Okay. Yeah. So I wasted so much money on these early machines in this visit. That does happen, and it's something to watch for and be aware of. But if you want to know more about this mental preparedness, sign up for my advanced course in this card above, and it's a wait list for people who are interested. In the last 2 days, 4 more people have signed up for the wait list, so we're up to 16. If I get to around 50 or so, then I will email the people who have put themselves on the wait list, and we'll have another class. It'll be my 11th. So let's see, where are we at? Yep. Now I'm going to go next. Going to play a very popular machine. Let me know in the comments if you play or if you like Dragon Link. Now this does have an internal a page in the game rules which will tell you how much the is it grand they call it? Yeah, they call it a grand, and the major. Yes, I think so. And if you are if you play this machine, you'll notice those numbers are in there, but it'll actually say, it won't say must hit by, it'll say ceiling. And the grand usually involves a bunch of 8s. So I think that one was around just under 14,000, just over 13,000, and probably that ceiling is probably $88,888. I'll have it at the videos. So what I wanted to tell you here is I'm doing, this is my 4th assessment that I've posted on this casino. I'm almost there. I'm almost accomplished my goal of learning this casino after not going for almost 2 years. And I went today and recorded 2 more, so there's going to be 2 more of these. But now I think I'm ready to take the information that I've captured here and use it to, well, the first thing I'm going to do after this, people have had many suggestions, and thank you for the comments. Oh, and by the way, the first 4 videos all went viral, so thank you for that too. But, so pushing forward here, I'm going to use the information I've gathered from these 4 videos, the previous 4 videos, this video, and the next 2 videos at Atlantis, and start using that information that I've collected. What machines have I won on? I know it's all minimum bets, except for today's mistakes, and so those are the machines. I think the best thing to do is just sit down and play. Yeah, I have a fantasy shirt on there. That's the only time you're going to see it. Yeah, so I have other hobbies, lifetime hobbies. But yes, so more will be coming out. People have said, why don't you increase your bet size? And I'm like, nah, we're progressing here. You know, I've managed to learn the casino in a week. It's pretty good. I mean, it's going a lot, but I've learned that amount of time, and I wish you well at learning your casino. It's really one of the most important things that I talk about. And this card above will be for my 30 Days to Play Slots Smarter and Win online course, which you can watch my 1,500 videos. It's over that now, and figure it out for yourself. Probably take you a year, not 30 days. So the 30 days is not. It tells you just a little bit more, but what it's offering you is a process, the step by step. What do you do? And one of the things you do is that I work on in that course. We expand on it in the advanced course, Slots Labs, is learn your casino well. Well, how do you learn your casino well? You learn what state is it in? What are the rules that it operates under? That sort of thing. And so I have learned this casino. I go on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. Why? Because I've learned Nevada doesn't. You don't play between 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Fridays through 10 o'clock in the morning on Monday, because California comes to visit and the casino knows darn well. And people will say, well, it's a random number generator. I've had a couple of those comments, but they don't understand random number generators. They think it's one thing when it's another. What role does it play? I had a computer programmer tell me that maybe the best way to explain this, randomness is so important you don't leave it to chance. But I don't want to throw calculus at you, probability curves, and how the area under the curve can remain the same, which is the return to play, or the theoretical payout that the machine is set at. That distribution curve can be changed, but the area under it can remain the same. And as long as the area under it, which is related to, I'm sorry, calculus. I talk about this in my live streams that I have over 200. Feel free to search through those for my 2-hour explanation. And so this is a progression. There's two different. I don't mean to talk about being a YouTuber, being a slots channel, the slot educator. But if you no, really seriously, if you do this, and I show how to do it in Slots Labs for my participants, how to be a channel. It's pretty easy. It's probably easy. I haven't found a channel that's easier to make and make money. If you want to have a gaming channel, I don't want to give away the course topics, but every niche has a different amount of money that people make from views. Per 1,000 views, 1/8 of a penny for gaming channels. That's how much people who sell ads on your videos would that portion that you would get that didn't go to YouTube. 1/8 of a penny. But if you have a slots channel, every niche is different. And a slots channel, I will tell you, others will not, I will tell you, $10 per 1,000 views. So yeah. And I went viral. So thank you for that. I want to do what I'm doing at Atlantis at many different casinos. Other casinos in Reno, where I currently live, once I get enough money and can afford to do so, I will go to Las Vegas, pick a couple of casinos, do this whole thing there. Not just this, but the next thing and the next thing that I'll be doing in Atlantis now that I've done this. 2 more videos too. And then head back to Louisiana and go to Cachada, which I have done in the past. But present this way of learning your casino well, and then where else? WinStar, loved WinStar. And Choctaw Durant, loved Choctaw Durant. Would love to go back to Firekeepers in Michigan. Maybe hit New Jersey. Well, not hit New Jersey. But, so what I'm doing here, I just want to explain what I'm trying to do. People have asked, and this is me on my 4th trip to the casino since I stopped going a year and a half ago, and I think it's been like 2 years since I'd last been at Atlantis, something like that. 2 years, March. And yep. And so this is me learning the casino. When then I'll take that information, 2 more videos to go. Then I'll take that information and then target particular machines that I've found have won for me in the past, recently, that you've seen, and play those longer, and maybe play, do the other things I want to do, like play 2-cent. I'd like to do a few videos where I do the 5-spin method on 1 cent, 5-spin method on 1 cent, 5-spin method on 2 cent, 5-spin method on 5 cent, 5-spin method on 10 cent, all on the same machine. See how it goes. So I am continuing to have a terrible performance. My bankroll is at $48.94. It started at $100. I blew past my loss limit of $75, partly because I wasn't focused, and partly because not being focused, I did made some errors. Now, some of these graphics are wonderful. You see that goldfish? It's cracking the glass on its fishbowl. That's trying to tell you, oh, it's gonna be no. But did you see my previous video where it did the food thing and it was the smallest it can be, smaller than any of these three, and it just burst its fishbowl? That this is an encouragement for you, which has no meaning. Oh, it's interesting. Some of these machines are broken, and there'll be another one I'll show you at the end. It's got something of an exciting ending at the end, so the same spin button doesn't work, but on this machine. But on the next one, which is the same game theme next to it, it does work. The next repeat spin button does work. So sometimes these buttons wear out. And you and I both know it's because we hit them too hard. Sometimes. Some of us. We get excited. They want us to get excited. See the small size of the fish? Hang on, there. I've gone from the smallest size to bursting its bowl. 10 cents. I figure by now you know the 5-spin method is bet up to 5 spins. You win anything at all, including less than you bet. Move on. Yeah, I'm looking at that machine, but decide not to play it. This is a machine I've won on. It's highly visible. Another one of my strategies, which I am employing during these casino assessments. So you can see how I'm beginning to return to the highly visible machines I'd previously won on. Goldfish, this one. Also doing a little better with my camera arrangement. Because, being here is, this big is something I'd rather have the casino video be that big and my being down in the corner. But can't change it once you record it. See, I'm back to... See how I was pushing the bet button without having push the domination button, so I'm, tired. Could be because of my day job, I don't know. Could be because I'm doing this and that. And burning the candle at both ends. Which is fine. Down to $42.06. Of the 19 machines I've finished playing, 16 of them gave me a taste. Several machines that I played today, I got a small win and kept going because I wasn't focused. I had a live stream regular participant who was at WinStar, and he said, "Is it supposed to be this hard?" And I'm like, "Is it supposed to be this hard winning $10,000 in a couple of hours?" And he's like, oh okay. Don't go if you have a cold. I mean, go if you want to have fun and whatever, but if you want to win, be in condition. I was tired. And you can see, take this as an indication what happens. Yeah, today's trips, I was not tired. And it's interesting to watch these videos to see, watch them when I was there and when I'm not tired and go, I was tired. Quick hit. Link. Second to last machine, the big finale is coming up. Such as it is. Now the next machine has a broken monitor. The screen where you make the bets. The player interface, officially. And you see the dark stripe? Yeah, that's been there for, what, a month? I mean, I saw it a month ago when I first went back to this casino after such a long time away. And it was there then, so they're not replacing it. Maybe can't. It's a bonus round! Yay! And here we go. 1 of 7. 2 of 7. 3 of 7. Oh, you can read it just as well as I can. So that was the lowest quick hit. Back up to 5 of 7. Three quick hits. And what was the total win? $20.15. Bringing up my bankroll up to just over $60, just under $61. Which, lucky for me, I was able to pull that out, and so now I'm looking for a place to show you the money, and I will show you the money, and then head to the exit. There I go. Okay, so this is my 4th video for 2025, where I search for candidate slot machines at Atlantis Casino in Reno, Nevada. I've already taken the 5th and last video, which I'll publish in a few days. With the 5th video, I'm happy to say I've covered the entire casino. No, I haven't played every slot machine. That's like 2,000 of them. That's too many. But I have played most of the highly visible ones. The first part of this search, and in this video, some of the last of those. So that part is kind of like, well, at least I checked them. The first part of this video, of this search for candidate slot machines, involves identifying highly visible slot machines on various days and times. With 5 videos touring Atlantis Casino, of which this is the 4th, I've completed my search. Have you? Because if you haven't, you really should get started. The slot machines I've selected based on my 5-spin method have served their purpose. Yes, I know it's taken a while. Thanks for your patience. But finding so many candidate slot machines in only 5 visits is so helpful. Why? Now that I have candidate slot machines, I can take them to the next step, using my tough love approach when playing them. The next series of upcoming videos will feature these candidate slot machines at Atlantis being played for longer, sometimes for much longer. You can learn more about my tough love approach later in this video, where I'll provide a link. I plan to visit a new casino or one I haven't been to in a while, and use my 5-spin method to search for candidate slot machines. I hope it won't take 5 visits. Then I'll play candidate slot machines using my tough love approach. Both the 5-spin method and the initial tough love approach videos will be using minimum bets. The next step is to return to the candidate slot machines that successfully passed the tough love approach, and then repeat the approach, placing maximum bets, and then return. And again, perhaps many times. Annually, I plan to return to Atlantis Casino and search for it again using my search for candidate slot machines using my 5-spin method to identify those machines. Perhaps it'll be the same slot machines as this year, perhaps not. I know 2 years ago it wasn't quite the same. After all, next year is an entirely different year and change happens, right? And in the meantime, I'll visit other casinos in Reno to perform the same procedure. All those that I have permission to record so far, and then more besides that. I'll search for candidate slot machines using my 5-spin method, evaluate those candidates using my tough love approach, and then repeat that approach on the successful candidate slot machines with my tough love approach at maximum bets. Suppose my YouTube income increases to the point where I can afford to make trips to other cities, such as Las Vegas or other states like Louisiana and Oklahoma. In that case, I'll perform this procedure for your enjoyment at those casinos, likely over a day. Please comment below if you'd like me to visit your casino and provide a complimentary evaluation for free, of course. There are just so many casinos to pick from, and I'd rather go to yours as soon as possible. And so let's get back to the video. Was it this machine? It was not quite. One of the machines coming up I lost count on or didn't notice or got busy. There's a few things going on when you take a YouTube video. Holding things in your hand and watching for people, people walking by and saying, "Oh, look, it's Professor Slots." And so, for example, in these two machines, Quick Hit, there are a couple others that are facing in the other part of the casino that are facing the table games. As you'll see, they're so much better. They're so much better. As I've shown in past videos, in one of the 3 past videos about Atlantis, it's just major difference. Yeah. So, some of the other one of the others is a candidate slot machine. What I learned when I walked through the casino, as I said, it's very valuable. It's kind of hard to show you what I learned. It's sort of like, can you hear stuff going on? But one of those 2 other Quick Hit machines that face there's 2 of them side by side that face the table games. Somebody else was winning a lot on the machine next to me. So just by their actions, I put that on my list of candidate slot machines. Yeah. No, that one didn't cost me any money at all. But yes, these did. Okay. My $100 bankroll is down to $84.10. Now, on this Voodoo slot machine, watch what happens on, I think it's maybe the first bet. Look at all those signs, and I got nothing. What the heck? I guess my taste was to see that. It's all very exciting, and apparently excitement is apparently what I'm winning, not money. So I did get a small amount there. Bankroll is down to $82.36. Let's see how this goes. So I'm over at, it's not the main entrance where the hotel registration is, valet. It's not the secondary entrance, which is over by the sports betting. It's not the third entrance, which is kind of the old valet. It's the fourth entrance, not too far from the employee entrance that did pay well like 2 years ago in a couple of these machines, but they've changed the layout a little bit. Like there's steps down from the upstairs conference area. You can sort of see there in the background right there. And, I want to play the machines that eventually I get to that, I think. in this video, play these machines where people are walking to those steps and walking back, and it down that way is the to the left is also the 24-hour diner, and all this is kind of was good and now isn't. I don't want to give anything, spoiler alerts, but I'll be heading out of this section of the casino in a minute. As you'll see. Yeah, this machine, I got a taste on the first bet, but I didn't notice. I guess you could say busy, and that I went on to go 5 bets total. So I wasted some money there for 4 bets. 4 bets of 50 cents each. So I won a little something. Let's see, it was, looking at my notes, 20 cents on a $1 bet. But this is a candidate machine from a previous visit to this casino. I tried to put the voucher into this machine, but it didn't accept it. It's amazing when you play so many machines, you start seeing which ones are broken, so that they're non-functional, but then there's others that are broken. We're like, well, I guess I have to push this button instead of that button because one of them doesn't work. Yeah, I saw somebody hitting the button pretty hard, and in between they were touching the screen. Quite thoroughly. Buffalo, can you say buffalo? And this is not a candidate machine. Although it was a $2.40 bet, so it isn't one of the ones I'll never play again. We'll see. Okay, so I'm speeding through the casino to get to this last machine and playing this. Got a nice bonus round the other day on this one. I do a little repeats because it's a different time, a different day from when I won before, but it's, this is how I'm getting familiar, where I'm starting a little bit of repeats on the casino slot machines that I played previously, and I'm kind of double checking whether it's a candidate machine at this time as well as the other time. Okay, so I didn't win anything on that one. Maybe I should have stopped at the $2.40 bet on that Buffalo machine, because I do like to end these videos on a win. But nope. So I'm ending up with $73.18. And that's what I'm going to use to cash out. And here are some statistics about the amounts that I have won. And I will show you the cash as I leave the casino. There we go. So this is my last video searching for candidate winning slot machines at Atlantis Casino in Reno, Nevada from July 2025. In this video, I'm looking for highly visible slot machines to assess them with my 5-spin method. About 2 weeks ago, I started posting this new type of video for me, different from my usual videos. Out of my last 6 videos of this type, 5 have gone viral. And so I'm playing this machine right now, and I wanted to show you this win here. So this is a candidate machine because I only made an 88-cent bet, yet I won $2.10. I know that doesn't seem like much, but this is an indication. So the candidate has been identified. Of the last 6 videos of this Type 5 have gone viral, which I had planned and hoped for, and they'll only get better from here. Many of my latest viewers are new to my content, so let me explain what I am doing to help you understand. I've always tried to do this to help slots enthusiasts, to be of service to this community. Comment below with your questions. I look forward to them. For now, I'll try answering some of the questions I've already gotten in the next few minutes here. In this video, I searched the casino for highly visible slot machines because casinos place them in those locations with higher odds of winning. Why? To make money, of course. How, you ask? By exciting the crowd watching wherever they, whenever they want to. That crowd then goes to another slot machine and spends money. In total, the casino makes far more money than it loses. Yes, it's manipulation by the casino. It's their strategy. And my counter strategy is my 5-spin method. I'll say it's more than that. It's actually a business plan. Slot machine manufacturers negotiate for those favorable locations because the crowd sees these new slot machines as winners and therefore becomes the favorite of slots enthusiasts. But what does a casino get from those negotiations? Well, cheaper rental rates for slot machines in return for setting the odds of winning higher. You see how that works? If you know the secret that highly visible slot machines are candidate-winning slot machines, then everybody wins. You, the casino, and even slot machine manufacturers. The only one who doesn't win, frankly, are those who don't watch my videos. That's the why and the how. But who cares, right? Let's return to my being of service to you in this video. Essentially, I'm showing you how to win at your casino, how to use a loss limit bankroll management method or two, and demonstrating how to leave with winnings. Okay. Let's make it even simpler. Watch how I search for candidate winning slot machines. Then see how I give it a chance to show me it is a winner in 5 spins or less. Play until you've reached the 5 spins, but stop if you win anything at all, even if it's less than you bet. With me so far? That win was your single taste. Then move on to the next slot machine and, as they say, rinse and repeat. I've received many questions about my 5-spin method since I started sharing it with you. Currently, my video explaining it has garnered over 1.2 million views. I'm not saying this to brag, but rather to share how helpful this winning method has been to so many slots enthusiasts. But what happens when I find a candidate's winning slot machine? What's the next step? Well, that's where my demonstrations will get better. In my latest videos, I've concentrated on how to find a candidate winning slot machine, not what to do with it. Then, later, demonstrate winning on some of them. These videos are coming up in a few days. But after those videos, I'll switch to what I think you'll like better. Search using my 5-spin method at minimum bets, play those candidate winning slot machines at minimum bets, then play maximum bets on those slot machines, which are no longer candidates, but rather actually winners. I hope you're as excited about these demonstration videos as I am to make them for you. To prepare for what I'm bringing to my channel soon, hang on a second. So there's a candidate has been identified. And machine number 6. So let's see if we can find the other one. So that was my basic explanation of how this is, what I'm doing here, how this is working. And let's see if I can get you more. So we're on machine number 7. I have a bunch of records that I keep on what happened, and later I'll share some of these, how I learned. Well, you'll see. Stuff's coming out, man. Stuff's coming out. So my $100 bankroll is down to $91.69. I'm paying a price for finding these 3 candidate slot machines. And so far it's $8.01. Which is, I think you agree, is pretty cheap. So this is Dragon Spin. Yeah, a lot of you have asked for, you know, maximum bets and stuff, but for me, it's a step forward. I go from minimum bets to searching, find one, then make it maximum bets, and then from there, and actually that's using my tough love approach, which I'll explain later in the next video as you watch me do that. But then after that, only then would I go to maximum bets. And there's a bunch of stuff to still do with the whole searching. I mean, you should get a machine, find a machine that has multi-denominations, like many of them, and do the 5-spin method on each. That's a video that's coming out. So there's plenty of things to show you, but this is how you find candidate winning machines in your casino, confirm that they're winning machines, and then play them like you would normally bet, but save money beforehand in case they're not winning machines. How easy is that? Okay. You might have noticed I talked to an attendant for a minute there, back a minute or two ago. We were having a discussion about can I film, and I was reminding her that she was the one that gave me permission. I blurred her face, of course. That was one of the things we talked about. Privacy matters. All right, only 15-cent bets, 15-cent win on a 50-cent bet. So, you know, that's a taste. Moving on. Ah, yes, Voodoo. This is not the Voodoo jackpots that's over by the second entrance by Valet. This is the couple of them over on the other side of the casino. It's not about... People ask me, what's your favorite slot machine? And I say, the ones I win on. And if they really push, I say, well, I enjoy Wheel of Fortune because I've won so often, but it's just a memory. A memory of good times. Yeah, the last few videos have been fun. I've been trying to figure out how to hold the camera. Do I hold it like this? Do I hold it like this? You know, and I've decided to make myself small in the corner like a gaming video, as you're seeing. Yep. And let's move over to these. These are all highly visible machines. No one more visible than the other, so basically check each except the one that someone that's currently playing on. Which in my experience has been the one that was set to win. I've done this a few times and shown you a few times. If this video does well and my other upcoming videos continue to do well, then this YouTube income will allow me to do a little bit of traveling further and further. If you have a casino in some other state or the same state that you would like me to visit, you know, comment below and let me know, and I'll add it to the list. Still have several casinos to go to in Reno, and hopefully that'll be enough to get the income to pay for airfare in other states, or even Las Vegas, rather not drive. It's like from Reno, it's like 6.5 hours away. I know people think Las Vegas is like right next to Reno. It is not, but it's a wonderful drive. Wild Mustangs, bighorn sheep, donkeys in Beatty. Yeah. Come on, third coin. I knew it wouldn't be a third coin, because I was there. Yeah, so I'd like to hear which casinos you would recommend. If you have any idea whether or not, if you can confirm that you see other slots channels play there, you know, that tells me they have permission. And that is something I request and ask for and won't record if I don't have permission. Because that's the way I roll. Now, coming up in a little bit, I'm going to break away from the 5-spin method. You can wait for that. I stopped doing the 5-spin method on this trip, and I do something else for a minute or two. That's coming up. Don't mean to be all mysterious, but that's what I do. Yeah, 5-spin method on each of the 2 denominations. There's only 2 denominations, but still should be pretty obvious if one of them is set to win and the other is not. And if it isn't obvious, move on. See how that works. And I don't care if the win is a bonus round or line hit. I've had, I won $27,000 on a line hit, so I'm okay with line hits. So this would be, 4 different denominations to try the 5-spin method on. This didn't have a lot of graphics. It just sort of like spun and stopped. 5 cents. That's all you get. Moving on. Yes, you could stay, but this is what's called a strategy. All right, so I'm moving up to the last machine. It's called Gold Hills. Some people think it's Gold Run, but that's just the it's not really a bonus round. It's an attempt to get you to play longer, which, by the way, worked on me. So I'm still in the 5-spin method right now. I won $1.50 on a 75-cent bet. That makes it a candidate. I've been identified as a candidate. And then I saw that I had a minute 40-some seconds left for, I guess you would call it a bonus round. And it's interesting if you look at these, when the numbers come down, you see the smallest value. That might be the one I win. Not the major, if I win anything at all. Yeah, so this just wants me to play for a minute, 45 seconds. And I did this a few times last year, and I learned a lot about how it's just wanted me to play. I'm just basically wasting money. But it was a candidate machine, and so I'm like, okay, so there I won 360, and that was not the smallest. Nice win, 360, 390. There was a smaller one, $1.50. Will there be another in the next 45 seconds? See, it's even now it's getting to me. Okay, so that was 90 cents. There was another one that was twice as much, $1.80. That's down to the last 16 seconds of this gold run. Of course, there's line hits, but you're looking for the bucket like there. 30 cents. Not the $16 one, not the $15 one, the 30-cent one. Oh, the 90-cent one. Not the $27 one, not the $21 one. So this is where I stop and my visit to the casino. And there's going to be some statistics for the machines I played 5-spin method on. So, yeah, 18 out of 19 machine, 95% of the machines had a taste. 3 candidate winners started with $100, left with $76.53, walked out with cash, which you'll see right about there you go. And I gambled for 21 minutes. In these next demo videos, I'm moving on from the 5-spin method to show you what to do with the candidate winning slot machines we found at Atlantis Reno using the 5-spin method. I know, about time, right? The next phase of finding a winning slot machine is to play the candidate winners using my tough love approach. First, play candidate winners for 20 spins, then make the following tough love decision. After 20 spins, is it a winning slot machine? Not perhaps or maybe it's a winner, but is it actually a winner? Is the bankroll higher after 20 spins than it was when you started those 20 spins? Yes, this is a tough decision. Walking away always is. But the focus of my tough love approach is to make money at playing slots. That's it. Now, after using my tough love approach a few times, you'll begin to understand that there are several other ways to win at slots rather than making a profit. As I help slots enthusiasts understand in my foundational course, 30 Days to Play Slots Smarter and Win, the most common slots gambling goals are having fun, earning comps, and making a profit. There are a few other goals, like my goals of serving my community, but those are relatively minor for most. So let's say we use the tough love approach and after 20 or so spins, we don't make a profit, but barely. If it's your goal to make money, walk away and try another candidate winner. But if your goal is entertainment or earning rewards points, almost making a profit can be looked at as bankroll cycling. And that bankroll is just about perfect for having fun and earning points. But why? It's all there in the math. Make 19 bets, but only lose 5% of your bankroll. So if you started with $100, after 19 bets, you're down to $95, as I will show today. So if everything else remains the same in the next cycle of 20 bets, that minus 5% return gives you $89. Another 19 bets leaves you with $85. Another 19 bets, $80. Then $76, $72, $68, $64, $61. By the time your bankroll gets down to $5, you've made over 1,050-cent bets across 54 cycles and spent a total of $513. That's just math, my friends, and spending is a lot of fun. Plus, if you use your player's card, far more comp points than you would probably expect. But let's take that a step further and say you're not making minimum bets, but rather maximum bets, which are 10 times the minimum bets. So now your $1,000 initial bankroll at a minus 5% return after each round of 19 bets ends up cycling the same 54 times, but total $5 bets made were $5,130 after that $1,000 gets down to $50 remaining. Now, doesn't that sound like a lot of fun and comp points? This is great, I suppose, but I teach in my classes that you can do better. Find a winning slot machine and leave with what you've arrived with. Enter with $100, leave with $100. Enter with $1,000, leave with $1,000. And possibly even go up one tier level in the casino's rewards program, although you may go home tired. And yes, I've done this. A winning slot machine is one where you make money, absolutely. But another type of winning slot machine is one you break even on, assuming you value fun and or rewards. So here we found the wild pile-up slot machine, and on a previous 5-spin tour of the casino, now we're going to do tough love approach. First step is make 20 spins. So let's get started. This is the first spin. I started with a $100 bankroll. I'm making 80-cent bets. And I'm showing the total wins and the profit or loss. So let's go through the first 20 bets and see what happens. And that before we make the next step, which is the tough love decision. So 5 bets already, down $5 or so. $1.30 there. Okay, now up to 55 cents. These are all minimum bets because, it's a candidate. It may or may not be a winner, so I'm still easing my way into this. If it passes the tough love approach, then it becomes a candidate for maximum bets. So there's a $5.30 win on an 80-cent bet, which is, this is why I found it using the 5-spin method, because I expect something like these results. I just want to see how long they're going to last. Total wins so far just under $7, but I'm down $5 from my $100 that I started with. So a question for you would be, what is your goal with slots? Are you there for entertainment? Are you there for rewards points? Or are you there to make money? Please comment below so I can better understand my audience and what you're looking for. Okay, so now we had a $13 win, which was the same thing I'd gotten previously. Maybe include this in this effort. And so what is the decision we are going to make here? We're at 20 bets. It's marginal, but I'm going to go forward because we are making a profit. So we're going to go to, we'll see, go to 50 bets and see if we're going to pass the next stage, because we're going to, this step of the tough love approach is to go from 20 bets to 50 bets, so add another 30 bets. So far we've won $21.75 and one more bet, and we'll be back to being negative almost half a dollar. So 29, spin number 29, 30. So when we get to 50, we're going to ask ourselves, is it worth staying? Are we making money now? Not, I feel good about it, or maybe in the future, but are we making money now? This is the tough love approach. So we're at 32. So far we've won $27. We're in the positive 85 cents. Here we won another, how much? $7.35. Okay, so it's going great. Good decision at 20 bets to go to 50. Let's see what the decision is when we get to 50. Because at that point, the tough love approach is, do I want to go to 100 total bets? Do I want to do another 50 bets? This is the wild pilot machine. It's highly visible, looking directly at the valet from the gaming floor at Atlantis Reno, Atlantis Casino in Reno, Nevada. Another win on 80-cent bets, $2.75. We're up to $42 in winnings and up $7 in profit. $0.75 win. It's another 75-cent win. Another win. Again, I found this slot machine using the 5-spin method during the casino, looking for highly visible machines. Okay, so we are coming up to 50 bets, and what's the decision? We are still profitable at $3 in winnings. $45 total winnings so far, so I am proceeding, but it's marginal. I'd love to have confidence to go to 100. There'll be machines later where we, do the 100 and more, but at some point, let's say you get to the 100 and then you're kind of on your own. That's the next step. Do you play for 5-6 hours, or do you at some point go, I'm stopping? And so it was a little bit of ahead at 50 spins. Let's see how far we get before I kind of like pull the plug. $60 spins. 62, 64. All right, $1.05 there. $66 spins, and I called it. I'm going to stop here. I'm down $7, but I won $47. That's wonderful. You know, you can do a lot of almost bankroll cycling. If I made just a little bit better, you can just keep going and adding comp points if that's what you're interested in. So here I am at Atlantis Casino playing a machine that was a candidate winner, is a candidate winner from my search of the casino. I'm making 1 cent bets again because this is, you know, it's still a candidate. It's not a winner necessarily. So let's see what happens. And I'm going to start the tough love approach. 20 spins. Let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so right. So there was no taste in the first 5 bets here, and that means something. So let's just see how it goes. You see now in this video I have a profit loss graph to show you, so you can remember kind of the history of the first 9 spins so far, and so that kind of gives you an idea. I look at this machine and I see that it's trying to, you know, build up on some the dollar signs for the quick hit link, and you know, that's just a visual. It doesn't mean anything. You know, I've had wins where it was just a couple of the firecrackers lit. See, didn't light the last one, but I've had them with just a couple of lit, and it just, and that's not happening. So let's get 20 spins. Okay, tough love decision, and the tough love decision is shut it down, move on to the next one, and we'll start seeing variations of this at my next videos. Here I am at Atlantis Casino, and I'm using the tough love approach. The first part of that is to make 20 spins and then make a tough love decision. So let's hear making minimum bets, because yes, I won once using my 5 spin method on it, and but do I win? That makes it a candidate winning machine, but is it actually a winner? And so now I've made 4 bets. This is my 4th bet, and I made 2 cents already, 1 win, which is not a good sign after 6 bets. So yes, I did have a 5 spin result, 1 win within the first 5 spins, but it's not looking good, which is great. I mean, great. Because you would want to know this, right? You would want to know if it's a winner. And so it took all of a minute to determine, you know, if you only want to go to 10 spins, it took less than a minute to find that out. So isn't that great news? Do this yourself. Now the next video that I'll be having coming out, it's not going to be like this. It's going to be crazy. So I know you've been looking forward to that, but I also want to share with this because, you know, you need to get ready for next time. The tough love decision is moving on. Next machine, please. Atlantis, using the tough love approach, going to make 20 spins. And this is going to take a while. I hope you're looking forward to it. Yes, I am at Atlantis. And let's get started here. I'm going to do my usual displays of what spin am I on, the initial bankroll, the current bankroll, total wins so far, profit and loss. But I'm adding a new graph. Well, I did this once before. I added a graph, but now I'm trying to make it a little bit better and easier to read. So as we go from spin to spin, I'll show you the profit and loss for a for the whole run. Now, you may find this as interesting as I did, but that's more towards the end of the video once we have accumulated a bunch of runs. So let's just keep going. We're on spin number 8. I've only won 10 cents. That would have been my taste. But this is a tough love approach, so we're continuing. As you know, I did the 5 spin method to find this machine. Okay, so here we are on spin number 10 and had a $32.25 win. So it begins to get interesting in the chart as you'll watch the profit and loss shoot up. See? And so that's what we're looking at here. And so as this continues, I want, do you play this machine? Please comment below if you play quick hit slot machines, and if you have had a good time playing them, if it's been profitable for you, please comment below. So we're going to continue with the spins. We're now up to 16, and we're going to have to make a decision in 3 more spins about whether we should continue, make the tough love decision. And when we do that, let's see, how are we doing? We are profitable, so I am going to continue with another 30 spins to bring it up to 50 total. So let's keep going. And lots of wilds in this one. Okay, small win. Somebody commented rather rudely that, of course, you don't get that win, and you just saw the inch up on the firecrackers, but that blue one went almost the entire thing and hit. So that person was correct in that it is just an illusion. Something to keep people interested in playing and think we're almost there. It's like the old three-reel machines. Have you played those? I mean, I started on them and I missed them terribly, but now we're in a bonus round. And I think that's, it's a fine thing to have these high animation, large screens. But remember when it used to be like the number 1 jackpot symbol in the first reel, second reel, and then it just missed the third reel? Remember that excitement? That used to be all the excitement there was. Now they've got all kinds of animation, which is what do I tell people during the live streams? I've had over 200 live streams for this channel. Change is a constant. So that we had another win. I want you to begin to notice it's about 15 wins separated. No wins for about 15 wins, and then there's a big win, and then another 15 wins, and then maybe 1 or 2 just now. So let's keep an eye on that pattern, because drawing this graph, I'm seeing stuff, man. I'm seeing stuff, and I think you can see that too. We don't, make these graphs as we are playing. We just sort of use our intuition on what's happening. And whether we should stay or not. But when we get to the end, I'll have a brief discussion about what the patterns look like. So again, how many firecrackers are lit is just an illusion. It could have none and hit. No big deal. We all have become to expect that. And let's keep going. So if we look at the graph on the side and the spacing right there, that's when we would expect a win. We got a small one. A couple of small ones. Yeah, I suppose I should have made the letters not white but yellow so that I could have my school colors from the University of Michigan. Not that they would perhaps appreciate that. I'd done that before with another university that I hadn't attended, and they got a little upset with one of my website articles. I have a website, by the way, and a podcast, and a book on Amazon. Yeah. But these days I am doing demo videos because that is what you want, but also what you need. So when I do my 5-spin videos, 5-spin method surveys, assessments of casinos, and I walk out with money, shocker ending. Oh, look at all those sevens. $5.45. So are you beginning to see the regular spacing on the wins? And then something later in the video, something else will start to happen, which I'll point out. And it's just like the psychology of playing these games, and they're trying to manipulate your feelings. But we'll see that in a little while. Or I'll point it out, and maybe you'll see it as well as I have. So up to spin 69. So we did the tough love decision at 20. Profitable, and so continuing, and then another 30 to bring it up to 50, profitable at 50, so continue. But the tough love approach only goes to 100, after which I say you're on your own. You know, what your decision whether to stay or not. So I'll wait 25 more spins before I tell you what happens. Okay, see, there's a $20 win. Oh, look how it's spaced. It's just about the right location. I just find these graphs fascinating. I'm not sure how crazy you are about them. Comment below if you want the graphs, because if they're just a distraction, I think there's something we can learn from them, but maybe not. Oh, look at all those quick hits for $2.50. I keep on saying quick hits, but it's actually quick hit. This is also a link slot machine. A couple of wilds. Okay, so total wins so far are $91, $92. Our profit at the moment is $27.28. We're coming up on 100 bets before we make the tough love decision. Let's see what it's going to be. Basically, you know, you don't want to consider, well, I feel like I could win. No. Are you winning? That's the decision. Tough love, man. Look at those wilds for $1.08. $97, $98, $99, and that's $100. So we are $20 profitable. So I'm going to continue on, but I'm not going to say up to some number of spins. You're released, and make your own decisions after a tough love decision at 20, at 50, at 100. After that, well, you've made it that far. I just want to continue and see what happens. I could have left with a $20 profit at 100 spins. You decide. Sometimes I'll stop. Sometimes I won't. It's not a feeling about the machine. It's a couple of things going on in the casino. I like to listen carefully to, are people winning or not? But you can see that this is like a lot of spins with very minor wins or none. And so, I think it comes out to like 15 times, 3 or 4 times. Let's see when we get our next decent win. If we get another win. Yeah, it's just been downhill from $30, a little more than $30 profit. So And so there was a small win there. And then we're back to not winning little or nothing. So at 133 spins times 75 cents, 134 really, that would be $100, just over. So we have cycled our bankroll once. If you are a big into getting reward points on your Players Club card, that is valuable to you. To a winning machine for rewards points is one where you don't lose money, where you bankroll cycle. So we did get a fairly decent win, but that was after like 4 interviews of 15 bets each, where we didn't win much of anything. But now we're kind of back on it. 15 wins and then a hit, 15 wins and a hit. Or rather, 15 bets and a hit, 15 bets and a hit. Couple of wilds. Barely noticeable jump. So look at this graph as though you're the casino, you're the game designer. Not that they have impact on the odds. That's a different group entirely. But you can see how 15 bets, decent win, 15 bets, decent win, 15 bets, minor win, 15 bets, a minor win, 15 bets, a big win, and then 15, 15, 15, 15 for like 60 bets and nothing, and then a small win, and then 15 after that. So but now we're kind of like every little while, and I think you'll see more of this, is just it's a little win, a very little win, just to keep our interest. I mean, if you look at this from the point of view of a psychologist, it's like, well, you want to get them to stay on the machine, but after they've been on the machine for a while, run a test of 60 bets and they didn't win anything or very little. And then after that, they kind of own you. I'm just pointing the stuff out. Yeah. If you're going to leave, you would have left. And so they're like, okay, we'll just give them occasional small win, make it seem as though they're making money while they are losing money, and the casino's making money. While we are losing money and the casino's making money. Does anybody else see this as well? It seems pretty obvious. I mean, I love graphs, and the graphs really are very, very revealing. So there's one firecracker left on the green, and the red and the purple is got a few left, like maybe 10. Yep. Didn't gain any red firecrackers on that one, despite 2 of them going off. Yep. 47-cent win. That's what we're seeing now. 2 more there. Didn't get a single firecracker. Yeah. And we're well past 100 bets. What? 178. 50-cent win. Nope. No firecrackers lit up with 3 of those rockets. 2 more there, 2 more there. I think we might have got 1 firecracker there. Yeah, there was a minor win. I really enjoyed playing this machine. At $4.50. We had one of those about 15 bets ago. Oh, got a couple of 1 firecracker, maybe 2. See if any of those rockets work. Nope. I mean, we have to get to all of them lit to get the bonus round, but any of these rockets, one of them could zip the whole thing right up. and activate the bonus round. It's not close or anything. Just I want you to be knowledgeable about playing your wins, playing slot machines. That's what I'm all about. So you can see we've had quite a few like small wins, but we're steadily decreasing in our profit loss. In fact, we're below the lowest we got there right at the beginning. We're almost at -10, and now we're what, minus 11. Yep. Only one firecracker left on each of the 3 bonus rounds, and what do you think, we're going to get it? No. But we'll keep on betting to enjoy this and share stuff. Yeah, just lots of small wins now. Oh, if you ever want to know if there's going to be if it's going to light up, when you firecrackers fly off, you can just hit the bet button, and if it goes on to the next bet, you don't have to wait for the results of the bonus round if it's going to engage, because you can't bet the next bet if it's going to engage. But if it isn't going to engage, then when you try to press the bet, it just moves on to the next bet. They'll be happy to take your money. Lots of little wins. Lots of little wins. That's what I wanted to point out, which I'll dig a little deeper in a few minutes. Less, actually. Okay, small wins. Okay, 229. One more bet, is that right? Yes. So again, all 3 bonus rounds are in their last firecracker. They've been that way for 10, 15 bets. Some of them longer, one of them longer. And it's just meaningless. But, you know, it does create excitement. And what I want to show you is this graph where we're looking at kind of what happened over this length of time. Regular interviews at the beginning, then there was like a long 15 bet session where nothing happened for 4 of those sessions for 60 bets. Then it kind of came back a little bit, and after that it was just small wins, small wins, small wins. If you're a psychologist and you're looking at that, this is how you get people to stick around. So if you enjoyed that, please watch this video. I highly recommend this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.